What's up? I haven't been on camera in a minute. I am back home in San Diego. This lighting is horrible, but if you can see behind me, that garage, that is the home gym. We are about to have an insane workout, and I'm gonna take y'all through what I used to do when I was in high school and I was just trying to get as big as hell. I didn't necessarily know what I was doing, but I was working hard. So let's get in there. Let's have ourselves a crazy lift. But this is the home gym. Pretty beautiful, right? We got everything we need. I mean, it's not much of a tour, but we are going to have a great workout. Let's get after it. All right, so if it feels a little claustrophobic in here, I apologize. There's not much I can do about it. It is a kind of small space, hence it's just a garage home gym. So I'm gonna do my best to keep switching up the angles to make it a little bit more entertaining to watch. We are going to be hitting a push session, and it's gonna be pretty interesting because clearly, if you can't tell, this is gonna be completely free weights, and I'm gonna do a ton of movements that I never do. Starting off with barbell bench press. Who knows, I'm back at it, right? Back in my high school days. Let's see what we can throw up. 100 Shots by Young Dolph playing. It's a mandatory song whenever you're benching. Oh, this feels so weird. She looked at my watch, Toya Britney. I'm shopping for diamonds and Tiffany's. Now I don't got no sympathy. She blew my whistle like a referee. Broke black, they remember me until I found out that recipe. Started getting about 10 a week. Oh no. This might be the most embarrassing video I ever have to upload. I think I'm significantly weaker at barbell bench press than when I was in high school. That just felt so incredibly heavy. And if you're watching this video thinking, oh, I'm gonna get a great at-home workout from Dirk that I should totally follow, unless you're an athlete and in high school, maybe even college, don't follow this. Respectfully, this is not gonna be the most insane workout ever that's gonna be the most advanced to help you build muscle. I'm not tracking shit. I'm in here basically doing a bro lift, getting the definition of just a fucking pump. I'm not actually gonna be like, oh, I need to make sure that I hit 6 reps here of 185. I don't barbell bench. I have no clue what I'm gonna be able to do here. I'm just gonna feel it out, do as much volume to compensate for the intensity. Since I'm not gonna be able to have a spotter, I can't go to failure. Hopefully I don't go to failure. And we're gonna see what we're able to throw up. Again, since I can't go to failure, we're gonna have to compensate a little bit with volume. Probably like 1 RAR is what we're gonna do. We'll probably do 4 sets of incline. You're gonna see a lot of the exercises that we do after this are not the most optimal. Do not come for me in the comment section being like, why are you doing, alternating dumbbell press? That's what I'm gonna be doing later. Don't come for me. I know it's not the smartest thing, but it's gonna be fun. Who cares? I'm back home, right? If you didn't know, it is December 24th. Merry Christmas Eve, y'all. I am in here getting a pump. It's nighttime out. I'll open this garage up in a second. It'll become a little bit roomier, but I need to get a pump first because it's fucking freezing out. I have a tradition. I've started this since I was in my 2nd year of high school when I was a sophomore, is Christmas Eve, the night before I get to open up my presents, I always come into my gym because that's the first year that I had a home gym. Oh, I started building it out in 9th grade, but that's not important. It didn't look like this until 10th grade. And I came in here and I worked my ass off. Even if it was 1 a.m., I didn't care. It doesn't matter if I had workouts that day already and I already had, maybe some practices or 2. I came in here, I grinded my ass off. It makes you appreciate the process a lot more. And it's just a tradition for myself. So I'm gonna come in here, I'm gonna do an old meathead high school workout. I'm just gonna throw around some weight, get a crazy pump, and we're gonna get after it. And I also have a bunch of really interesting topics that I wanna go over with y'all. So hopefully y'all will stick around for those. All right, the game plan is, because the whole point of this workout is to be a meathead, I'm basically going to be doing my best to work up to 225 because that is the meathead standard for, once you finally made it in the gym. Right now I have 205 on the bar. We're gonna see what we're able to do for this, and then we're gonna see how many reps of 225 we can do without going to failure. Key word. I know my ass is gonna wanna push it to failure, but I really have no way of racking this if I'm doing incline. Like, if I fail on this, I'm fucked. Excuse my profanity. The speaker gets so fucking loud. My neighbors hate me, and in fact, during high school, they actually used to write me like anonymous letters, being telling me how much they actually despise having me as a neighbor. But it was all the people that lived in apartments, so they don't even own land, so who cares what they say, right? Regardless, I didn't give a fuck. I was working on myself, and I would come in here for like an hour and a half every day, annoy the shit out of them, blast my music, but I would better myself. And I always thought, actually, I'm not really going anywhere positive with this sentence. I was just an asshole in high school, and I blasted my music way too loud when I couldn't wear headphones, but I got jacked as shit doing it, and I think that if you play music out loud, something about that atmosphere of just hearing it all around you wherever you go, I guess
Same thing happens when we're in headphones. 225. I really want to go for one more. Fuck it. No fail. Come on. Here we go. I'm not gonna lie, that last rep was hella sped up, but I did not want to fail this shit. 6 reps, not to failure, incline with meh form. That's the basic strength metric I got right now. So what I'm gonna do is drop the mic. I'm gonna lower this probably another 10 pounds. I'm gonna do 205, try to hit like 8 solid, more controlled reps for every set after this. 4 sets, intensity's down, we're compensating with volume. My family's inside eating Christmas Eve dinner, and I'm in here just working. I can see them through the window. This is hella funny. Why am I not eating dinner with the fam on Christmas Eve? Because I'm putting that work in and I'm better than, no, I'm just kidding. This was just honestly the only time that I could get away to film. So that's the deal, pretty simple. Plus I eat on a meal plan, and if you like what you eat every day, you don't want to eat other bullshit that you know isn't gonna hit your goals. Regardless, I digressed. Alpha Land, come on ADHD, lock in. That was the coolest trip that I have had in a long time. If you didn't watch my last vlog, Alpha Elite, they sponsored me, fantastic brand. They, called Lil Durk, they, after 2 weeks offering me a spot to, you know, promote their brand, they decided that they wanted to fly me out, all expenses paid trip to Houston, stay for however long I wanted, within reason, obviously. And then I would just do a photo shoot for them. It's my first time ever traveling alone to a destination where I didn't have family waiting for me. So it was like my first business trip and real person. It's a real life experience trip. And the key takeaways of the trip were that I got to, for the first time, feel like I was ahead of the curve. You always see people on social media bragging about how they made $1 million last night, how they have the fast car at 21, how they're doing so much better than you when you don't actually see the work that people put in behind the scenes. Like how if you were a, you know, 20-year-old kid who just started working out and you look at one of these videos and you look at me who's a 22-year-old who has the physique that I have, then you might be like, oh, why does this kid have it so much better than me? But you don't see the 7 years of work that I put into consistency with the diet, intensity with the workouts, missing out on all the occasions that could have set me back, like going out and partying and drinking alcohol. And sometimes you get so caught up in the kind of comparison game. And I don't think comparison is a bad thing, because comparisons can be a really great motivator, but they can be detrimental if you let them get too large and you place the wrong emotions on them. So if I compare myself to somebody that I want to be who's more successful at my age, if I think, okay, he's ahead of me and he's my age, that shows me that I have the possibility to be like him. That's a great motivator. I should work my ass off and I can achieve similar results as he did. That's a great comparison, as opposed to now use the exact same example, but instead the emotion that I place on it is, this dude's 22 and he's doing so much better than me, therefore I must suck and I am not working hard enough. You see what I mean by the emotions that you place on comparisons? I digress. There was 5 male models in my shoot. I show up, I am the only one that's even in their 20s. Everybody else is 30 plus, and they're all very successful, but I was just so cool to think, right now, even though you guys are much more successful, because 2 of the people that were in the shoot were actual professional male models, 2 of them were influencers with 1 million plus followers on Instagram, and then there was me, and all of them were 30 plus, and I'm 22 years old, and I'm in the same spot doing the exact same thing at them at the same time, promoting this brand. I got to network, and it was just beautiful. Alpha Elite was probably the most comforting and open arms, welcoming sponsorship I have ever been able to work with. Not only did they give me this fantastic opportunity that I couldn't say no to, I literally was so nervous that I tried to figure out a way to say no, but the opportunity was already so amazing, so I had to go. One of the greatest things was Christian Guzman. I hope I didn't butcher his last name, because he literally asked me what my last name was pronounced, how it was pronounced, and I should have asked him how his last name is, either Guzman or Guzman, whatever. Christian Guzman is the CEO of Alpha Elite, right? It's a $100 million plus brand that he built over the course of 10 plus years, and he spent his blood, sweat, tears, all of that into it. I thought that when I met him, there was a good chance that he was gonna big dog me and be like, oh, I'm the 31-year-old who runs the brand, I'm the CEO, I've been doing this forever. This insane net worth, not at all. He was the most humble, down-to-earth dude that I ever met. I went in there, I met the COO, Chris. I got to walk around Alpha Elite. They were super excited to meet me. They put their phone down when they talked to me. They looked me in the eye, I shook their hand. I spoke confidently, and they respected that. And they actually gave me so much of their time. Like, I got to sit down and talk with them, for the CEO, Christian Guzman, for like an hour. And he was just so nice to me. And he introduced me to the team and everybody that was there, the employees. It was surreal. I'm gonna hit a set first. Oh, shit. be a little bit more careful. I just really have that mentality of pushing myself with the intensity too much. There was a good chance I could have failed that last rep if I didn't actually engage some leg drive there. Back to what I was saying. So anyways, I do the shoot, right? And it was really professional. So I had the pleasure of meeting this dude, Stacey Irving Jr. He has 1 million+ followers on Instagram. I'm sure you guys know him. He's a way bigger creator than me. He's been doing this for 10+ years. He's 31, I think. He's like a world-class gymnast from the University of Michigan. He's just a cool ass dude. So I got to meet with him, and I was actually live streaming with him on Twitch for a little bit, and we kind of kicked it the entire shoot, and I got some really good pro tip advice from him before I went into the shoot, like, cause he was staying at the same hotel as me because they flew him out as well, obviously. And what I was going into thinking was that this is gonna be a lot of anxiety and a lot of stress that's gonna be placed on me to, you know, male model, and I don't know how to do any sort of that shit, respectfully. I take pictures and I can immediately see if I look like a dumpster fire or not, so it's pretty easy for me to just control how I look on social media, like how I can see myself talking to this camera right now. So a photo shoot is completely different because I still don't even know if the pictures turned out well or not, or if I'll be on the website. Regardless, he basically kind of reassured me that it was gonna be extremely professional. So like, I walk in there, I'm chilling, there's food, there's drinks, talking with the other models. They have a bunch of photo shoot areas set up already with your clothes, you know, your name, all of that. It's awesome. They hand it to you. Dirk, here, put this on. First fit, comfy. I'm talking, we got sweats, we've got plain white tee, a little bit oversized. Then we got a zip up hoodie, super cool. They had my shoes ready for me. They gave me new socks because my socks were a little dirty. I went in there low-key looking like a runt, right? The first picture that I do, and they're like, all right, stand here, feet like this, look that way, look down, and then next pictures, we're gonna have you start over there, we're gonna have you walk across, and then as you're walking across, look at the camera, and then that's it. They had me take like 2 takes of each one, and they're like, perfect, you did fantastic. I was like, holy shit, I'm a god at this modeling shit. Are you kidding me? No, I'm just kidding. I know they were just kind of gassing me up to make me feel less nervous because it was my first photo shoot, but the most crazy part about the experience was the second photos that I did where I was wearing a different outfit. They had me back to back with Christian Guzman, like looking at the camera, and we were just posing together. And I was just like, wow, this is a $100 million CEO back to back with me, looking at the camera. I'm wearing his brand. He flew me out. I'm on their dime. I'm doing this. I'm getting paid to do this. And they're all so much like ahead of me. But right now we're on the same level ground. And so yeah, it was me and like the CEO back to back. Christian, amazing dude, super down to earth, was genuinely interested in me and took time out of his day to introduce me to not only his brand, but a lot of the people that he surrounded himself with, which are extremely like-minded, highly successful people, which I want to talk about a little bit later. But overall experience with the trip was just fucking fantastic. And I wish I could show you guys, but I didn't actually vlog the trip because I decided that it would be a little bit too high stress for me to do that alongside doing the actual photo shoot. And I did get some BTS on my phone, but I can't post it to y'all because the drop hasn't been announced yet, and I can't really do anything about that. Crazy experience overall. That actually kind of segues me into my next point when it comes to who you surround yourself with. But first, the exercise may not be optimal, but my grunting sure is. Loud as hell, I'm sorry. All right, I'm gonna hit my 4th set, and then I'm gonna segue into the next talking point. The reason that I just said that, I have no clue. Easily could have been kept inside my head and I just didn't. Don't be a bitch. Is this tilted or is this just me? Again, this video is a little bit more uncut, a little bit raw. I hope y'all can just vibe with me. Great day to have a great day. Hey man, Christmas tomorrow. Christmas tomorrow. I can't wait to see what Santa gives me, right? Yeah, so that pretty much covers the trip. I mean, after the photo shoot, it was just, I just went back to the hotel and then flew out early the next morning. I didn't really get much time to check out Houston, but I would love to do a full trip out to Texas and explore Dallas, Houston, Austin. I think that those 3 big cities have a lot of potential for somebody in my business space, a lot of young opportunity, whatever the fuck that means, but I keep hearing people say it. So I think it's worth checking out. No music, okay. My dumbbells only go up to 80 and I don't feel comfortable doing barbell.
breathe, buddy. Okay.
If you're a coaching client, you should probably turn off this video because this is not optimal at all. I have about 100 mistakes that I could point out with that last set. Let's move on to the next topic. I'm sorry, man. Who you surround yourself with. It was insane being in Alpha Land because I can't express to you how everybody that I got to talk to was so focused on being the most successful version of themselves. Like when I met up with Stacy, who's one of the other male models and influencer, he just was, right when I met him, he was so adamant about meeting me. He was so excited. He was just so focused on getting to know me as a person. He was so interested in who I was. And he asked me so many questions. And then we just went on like a 40-minute talking session about how important it is to set yourself up for success by surrounding yourself with like-minded people. And I got to pick his brain about how he became so successful in the industry. And he's 6 months sober, I'm 2 years sober, or maybe he's 8 months, I forget. But either way, we got to kind of bond over a lot of things, which was like, it's very rare to find somebody who, immediately when you meet somebody, you go usually very superficial. Hi, how are you? How's your day going? Fantastic. What do you do for work? Great. Do you like it? Great. That's it. When me and Stacy talked, he wanted to know about my goals, not only with my business, but as a human, what my values were, what was important to me in life, what my goals were with the trip, and what everything that I wanted to do moving forward. He was genuinely interested in who I was becoming as a man. And I could see that he was not only trying to inspire me, but he was giving me some great advice on how to be more successful in the industry. And I keep going back to the business topic, but it was just so much more than that. And I can't fully contemplate how deep our conversation went, but luckily for y'all, he live streamed the entire thing on his Twitch, so you could go check it out. I think you can rewatch old live streams. I'm not sure, I don't live stream yet, so coming soon though, potentially. Either way, this segues into my next topic. One of the things that my dad taught me my first year that I went to college was that every year that you come back, every break that you get off of school, when you get back home, you are going to see less and less of your friends. Some people are just gonna break off and start life, right? Some people might move and start jobs in other cities. Some people might get fucking addicted to heroin. Some people might fucking die. Some people might completely switch up and not be friends with you whatsoever anymore. But progressively, whatever the reason, you'll see less people. And it has been so true. I'm a senior now in college, and when I come home, I literally look forward to seeing less than a handful of people every time I come back for break. And I always am very adamant about seeing those 5 or less people every time I come back, because it's so important to me that I get to keep the close people close in my life. And so whatever chance I get, I always reach out to them through text and maybe FaceTime, call, whatever. And the thing that's really sad is a lot of people will assume that you're changing, or maybe that other people are changing. And some people do change, for better or for worse. But if it is for better, then that's called growing. And the biggest thing that I've noticed is that a lot of people don't understand when somebody is growing and when somebody is changing. I find it very interesting because some of the 5 people that I look forward to when I come back home from college, I was not that close with these guys in high school, some of them. And some of the guys that I was really, really close with in high school, I don't want to see at all. It's no diss to them, but it's just because they don't understand that I'm growing while they're changing. The difference between somebody who's growing versus somebody who's changing is the person who's growing is going to be extremely particular about who they surround themselves with, because they understand how big of an impact that has on their life. I know everybody has heard of the term, the 5 closest people that you surround yourself with you are the sum of those people. But I don't necessarily think that that's true, because you can surround yourself with family members or other people that just happen to be around you physically, either just proximal, as in they're close to you because you live in the same household, or because you're forced to see them at work. But that doesn't mean that you are the sum of those people. I would say you're the sum of the 5 closest people that you look up to in some aspect or another. So I'm not saying that you have to have your 5 best friends all be mentors to you, but you have to have at least some sort of characteristic that you can pull from them that you would like to learn. I want to say another reason why it's so important with who you're particular about who you surround yourself with. I'm gonna hit a set first. Time to do some cardio. Throwing around the 80s like they're 20s. Kamala 14 reps with the 80s. That's cute. I guess we're throwing around some baby weight today, huh? The importance of who you surround yourself with. Positivity and effort are equally as contagious as negativity and laziness.
So besides all of the obvious indicators of who you shouldn't surround yourself with, like if a kid does drugs, if a kid dropped out of school and has no goals and lives at his mom's house and eats Doritos and sits behind his computer and comments hate on random people's posts, like there's a lot of things that you could pick up the easy signs for, like maybe I shouldn't surround myself with this person. But a lot of the times, the harder to find signs are the people that just negatively impact your life without you even being able to realize it. And it's just happening subconsciously, right? So let's say you are with somebody and they are completely negative as a person, but you wouldn't know it because they're just coming off with sarcasm and it's their type of humor, right? One of my easiest examples that resonates the most with me is that a lot of people hate on people who try. I don't know when it became not cool to try. I think trying is the coolest thing in the world. So if you're going out on a limb and doing something and you're embarrassing the fuck out of yourself, like I think all of those people that we used to collectively hate on as a population, the people that were like the Bryce Halls of the world, the people that just made fun of themselves, did stupid shit on camera, but in the end became highly successful, they all had to start by trying and doing something really, really either embarrassing or hard. If I have a friend from high school, a lot of the times my friends from high school were the cool kids and they kind of thought of themselves as like not better than others in a sense, but I'm sure there was a part of that there that was in their mind, just like how it was for me at least. There's the popular versus the not popular, and there's different hierarchies in high school and whatnot. What I'm trying to say is that a lot of the times people don't grow because they bring themselves down and they set themselves back without even being able to realize it. Like if you're consistently hating on other people, just even being negative about life, like being when I wake up and I go for a morning walk and I'm like, holy shit, the sun's out, or these clouds feel so good, or the humid air, or it's so amazing to be back in San Diego and close to family. I have all of these, my brain is immediately flooded with positivity, whereas a lot of people have their brain get directed towards negativity. Whereas they're like, instead of, oh, the sun's out, it's like, oh, it's kind of cold out, the sun's out. Why can't it be fucking hot and the sun out? God, why has it got to be cold? I want to go to the beach. Even the sun's out, but I can't still go to the beach. Like, people who are consistently negative rub off on you. People who are consistently positive also rub off on you. So you have to determine who you want to surround yourself with, because that will be a direct determinant of how successful you're able to be in life. The most successful I've been is these past 2 years, and I have done everything in my power to be extremely disciplined with who I let into my life. And I don't mean let into my life in the fact that it's like I can't see people here and there. Like when I go home and I run into old friends, if I run into old friends, I'm still gonna be super respectful and say hi and ask how you're doing and try to get a gauge on who you are as a person right now, even if it's just very surface level. I'm choosing to be very particular about who I spend or I allot the majority of my time to, because it's so important. The best way that you can figure out if somebody is there for you to grow, or if somebody is there just to changing you in a negative way, is ask yourself this one question. Would you want your son or your daughter to be best friends with that person? That's how I always think about it. Because if I know a kid that's doing cocaine or doing drugs here or there, or consistently drinking alcohol, or maybe they don't study for their tests, or they don't go to school, or they don't have any goals that they're working towards, just like the major things, a lot of the times they're actually overlooked by people. Like you could be like, oh, this kid's great, but it's too bad that they have such an inflated ego that it's really hard to hang out with them. It's like, would you want your kid hanging out with that person? Or, oh, this kid's so successful and he works really hard. He just, sells weed out of his mom's van to get by to have enough money to go to school. It's like, would you really want your daughter being best friends with that person? Would you really want your son this to be their best friend? And if you can ask yourself that question and think, this would not be the best person to be my son's best friend, then why is it yours? That one question really particularly stands out for me, and I think it would help a lot of you if you also asked yourself that question. So be more particular about who you surround yourself with.
Oh man, boys got the money, never count it cause it bring a lot of shit. Bring a bitch back, Carol, why you not for the fifth that? Young bitch stopped you, call me the boss. Had to hop on the top, still a little bit soft. On these dirty ass hoes and you fake ass pimp. Got some youngies.
Right back to incline. We're gonna do alternating incline dumbbell press. And before you even ask, no, it's not optimal in any sense. But if you are an athlete, this happens to be a great movement because you prioritize muscular endurance as well as stability while getting a little bit of a strength resistance movement in there. So if you're an athlete or you're just here for general fitness or you need to get a pump, this is the exercise. You're really just focusing on muscular endurance with this. It's not going to be a real strength hypertrophy exercise. This is a full push workout, by the way. I didn't even introduce that. Great job, Dirk. Excellent YouTuber. Triceps are going to get neglected pretty heavily. I'm not going to lie, though.
I'ma get a rich boy, I think I'm still a kid. I'm charged all my bills. My favorite trapper got indicted early, he like B-Roy. He look kinda tough.
My neighbors hate me.
I'm in this bitch like, hey. I'm in this bitch like, hey. When it was the churches and candles, we ain't had no jokes and no Caicos. No fresh ready kill for the sandals. You learn how to pedal, no handles. Back when we dropped it, we dropped it.
That's what we're working with, right? Woo. Ugh. All right, well, I don't know how it looks on camera, but it looks pretty good right here. It's crazy how big of a difference lighting makes, right? I love using these stupid like bodybuilding words like, oh bro, looks so dry and grainy right now. Holy shit, absolutely peeled. I still don't really know how to pose. Like, I pose a lot, but I don't know what I'm doing. I'm always just like fucking around. Okay, that's beautiful, but I can't breathe. Holy shit, voice crack. Holy shit, I feel like this is what Poseidon's dick looks like. Bad comparison, but it's just the first thing that came to mind. How do I record this without sounding like a total douchebag? My back looks pretty cool. All right, Jesus. It's been like 30 minutes, Dirk. Hit a fucking set, bud. We were going to do one of the hardest things. To hit a set without music because I don't want to get copyright striked and lose everything. So, in case I need a set with me not using music, that is going to be this one. So, prepare for grunting. Kids at home watching this, maybe don't do what I'm doing. I'm lifting like a fucking idiot. I'm having a great time, and this is a ritual for me. The night before Christmas, I have to get in here and lift in my alter ego, the meathead. The form and the sets, the quality is down, the intensity is down, the fucking pump is up. And that's what you should take away from this. If you want to be your best self in 2025, the most important thing that you can do to set yourself apart from everybody else is to eliminate distractions. And this is very obvious, but nobody actually goes and does it. So if you track how much you fucking spend time on your phone, you will come and see that that is a huge distraction for you when it comes to productivity. So the first thing that you can do is turn your phone on grayscale. You probably can't see my phone through the camera, but it's gray as hell. Like, I have almost no colorways, and coming from somebody who literally posts pictures for a living, I still have mine on grayscale. It makes you less attracted to your phone. They did studies on it, and if you have your phone on grayscale, you're gonna have a better chance of not using it as much. Easy other things that could go into this, right? If you want to eliminate distractions from your life and actually win, the best things that you can eliminate from your life are going to be the distractionful people. Is that a word, distractionful? The people that are absolutely causing you no successes in any facet. I shouldn't have went into a motivational talk. I'm clearly too riled up for this. Eliminate distractions. Do it. It's a command. It's not a, what the fuck are you doing, Dirk? Lock the fuck in. Third set. Then posing. Then exercises, then posing again, then more exercises, then fucking Let's get the set going. Distractions. See, you got distracted for a minute. Eliminate that.
Let's go! Hands in carver. Either you travel or run. Always the times you came up on a bird and ever since I've been up. We up on the first and third. Go wash your hands, you got them dirty. You gon' need a new mop. Drink on Adderall, perk,
strike.
Too much on my kitchen, I ice attack. 40 pound of birthday flooded VVS. Trapping it at the far and I might crash and wreck. Really, I can't stop for this. But I preach, I'm buying my business gets.
Oh my god, I just realized. Let's open this bad boy up, huh? Alright, well, if my neighbors didn't really like me before, I wouldn't be surprised to see a mob. There's no mob. We're okay. I apologize. Let's finish this fucking lift. Do I even look alright? I can't even see myself. We'll see. Do I look alright? What am I? Fucking imbecile? Who cares how I look? It's time to look better. Stronger. Remember, this is a pump workout. Do not follow what I'm doing.
Niggas going crazy, getting they murder home. Bitch gon' fuck me in the
Go get the birdie, nigga, I need some beats. Front of my wrist is wait. I'm about to pack it on.
There's a 70% chance I just get sniped from these apartments for being such a douchebag. But I will have to take that chance. I feel like I start off as so progressive, and then as I slowly lose more clothing, I become more and more into douchebag. Okay, this is my best chance for posing, I believe. It's kind of natty. It's not really roid lighting, but whatever. So now we're moving on to dips on this very unstable dip machine, and we're just meatheading it, right? So we're just gonna do however many, see what happens. I don't even know if I'm in frame. Here we go. Yep, this is gonna be cardio. Bad idea. Wobbling. Yeah, I'm gonna go slower, protect that. Okay. The moaning and groaning is over. Apologies, children. That was kind of risky. I like it. 2 more sets. Okay, your boy just watched that back, and honestly, kind of a cool angle. However, there's absolutely no way to like film this from the front. It's kind of cramped over here. I'm getting delusional because I'm hungry, and it's fucking Christmas tomorrow, and I want cookies. I want cookies. Next set. You guys see how much this is wobbling? Or am I tripping? Come on. Nope. Okay. I hope you guys see how much this is wobbling. I feel like there is a rotator cuff coming tomorrow morning. That will be the first present I get from Santa. And unfortunately, come on, finish the sentence. And unfortunately, I will not be able to finish the sentence because I started it and didn't know where it was going. Next set. Oh yeah. I think this is better that there isn't even music in the background, so you guys can just hear me slowly, mentally fall apart. Why am I talking during a set? If Dr. Mike Israel watches this video, I will get clowned on. However, I must finish the set. Don't be a bitch. Alright. I don't even know if I got that on camera. Hey friends, we're going for an outside walk because I'm clearly not focused on the workout and I gotta reset the focus. These are all the apartments behind me. All of my lovely, oh, there's some lighting. All of my lovely neighbors who are so excited that I'm back in town, blasting my G Herbo and my Little Dirk, free Little Dirk, unless he did it. Then hopefully he can make some music. This is literally what I'm talking about. I need to focus. This workout isn't gonna train itself. Interim break is over. My shoulder is burning. That's some decent lighting. Okay. I don't know what I want to do next. I've turned this into a vlog. I don't know what I want to do next. What should we do next, guys? I wish I could have you comment down below something, because I'm just deliriously... Oh wait, hold up. Okay, well now if the calorie deficit wasn't apparent the first time, it should definitely be apparent now, right? What if I got a back shot like this? Okay, whoa, what was I about to say? I meant like back shots like the camera. All right. What do I do now? I'm trying to somehow dive into my high school meathead self, because all I have here are free weights. What if I do what all the influencers do, where they just like vlog like this, and this is at the end of their Snapchat story, and they just like circle the nipple, and they're like, hey guys, click through this story because what is that? What is that on my body? And you click through 100 snaps, and it's like, oh my gosh, it was the nipple this whole time. It was the nipple. What the fuck are you saying? Turn the camera off. Your boy is finishing and throwing a wrap on this workout because I don't feel like really embarrassing myself any more than I already have. I hope y'all take this video with a grain of salt. This is not how you should lift. I just came in here to get a pump because it's a tradition for myself before Christmas. Helps me appreciate where I started and all of this long ass journey of me becoming a more progressive lifter. I hope you enjoyed the workout. I do have a couple other things I want to leave you with that are a little bit more intelligent, because I think of these when, you know, I'm not dehydrated, hungry, and 2 hours into a filming session at my home gym. Yes, it's been 2 hours. It's insane, right? Actually, it's been 2 hours, 20 minutes. Let's talk about the last two concepts that I wanted to go over but didn't get the chance to while I'm on the treadmill. So let's delve into this, dive into this. Let's fucking talk, right? Cool. Also, I might have already just literally said this, but I already forgot if I said it or not. Please don't judge me off of this video thinking, wow, this dude's a complete Neanderthal, smooth-brained, idiot, nincompoop meathead. It would be really important to take this video with a grain of salt and realize that not only do I not usually lift like this, I hope y'all take this video with a grain of salt, but it's really important that I promote myself, my personal brand, as somebody who actually knows what the fuck they're talking about. And this video was not a good representation. So if you want to actually learn how to work out, besides going to dirtgerman.com and applying for coaching and my programs that I'm coming up with, and I would love to help you lose some fat, gain some muscle, whatever it is, I would highly suggest that you watch one of my other more recent workouts where I don't lift like a Neanderthal and vlog myself like a douchebag, because what the hell was that, right? Cool. So let's talk about some shit. Do you have bad habits? Yes, you do. And I know you do, because everybody has bad habits, including myself. My worst habits that I used to have were I used to play a lot of video games, and I used to be lazy as fuck, and I was addicted to gambling, and I was a binge eater. So there's 4 things. Hopefully you can relate to one of those. And I like to doom scroll. So there's 5. Those are 5 bad habits that I overcame. Now, how did I overcome them? Well, using one rule, I was able to do so. This is called the nothing rule. And if you drastically want to improve your life and become the best version of yourself in 2025, I hope you start applying it, because this rule is about as simple as minded as I am throughout this workout. Simple-minded creature, right? Lift weights, get big, simple. Just kidding. It's not that simple. What was I talking about? Leave this in, Aiden. I'm a fucking idiot and I want people to know. Shout out my editor. I love you, bro. Here we go. So, the nothing rule is very simple. If you want to develop good habits, you do one of 2 things. You do nothing, or you do the good habit. Now, a lot of you are going to hear this and it's going to go completely over your head, because you're going to be like, no shit, Dirk, that's great advice. Why didn't I think of that? But in reality, if you actually apply this and you do this and you force yourself to do this, you will become a more progressive person, and you will learn to love establishing healthy good habits in substitution of your old bad habits. So, let's say you wanted to read a book, right? Your New Year's resolution. I want to become somebody who reads a book. I want to like reading, but every time I pick up a book, I put it down after 5 pages because reading fucking blows. It's alright, I sympathize with you. The thing with the nothing rule is you have 2 options. You can read the fucking book, or you could do nothing. Now, simple as it sounds, it's extremely effective, because if you genuinely force yourself to do nothing, your dopamine is so fucked up right now that it will reset over time, and you will think that doing nothing is extremely hard, because your dopamine system in your brain is so used to you doom scrolling or whatever your bad habit was. Insert your bad habit here, right? So instead of doing that bad habit, now you can focus all of your energy into doing absolutely nothing. And I don't mean you have to force yourself to look at the floor But lay down in your bed and look up at the ceiling. Sit in a chair and just think. Go for a walk and just think. Do nothing. Do nothing. And after enough time of doing nothing consistently, you will find dopamine in the mundane tasks that you used to despise. So if you absolutely hated reading and you couldn't pick up a book for more than 5 pages before putting it down, now you will start to actually, over the course of days, right? You will actually start reading that book and be like, wow, you know, this is actually a pretty good book. You know, I actually enjoy doing this because it beats the alternative of doing nothing. Is this an extreme rule? Yeah, kinda. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bit extreme, but it works. Here's another really important tip that I could give you. Let's all pretend that we were lifters who had never been in the gym before in our lives, right? If you go and you absolutely crush a leg workout, your first time ever being in the gym, 2 days out, you're gonna get up out of bed and you're gonna be like, holy shit, I'm in so much pain. And let's, for the sake of the example, let's assume that you didn't know that soreness was a real thing. So you get out of the gym, right? You get out of bed, you wake up, you're like, oh my God, my legs, I must have done something wrong in the gym, I'm horribly in pain. You know, you might even take painkillers. You might do that because you didn't know soreness was a thing. Because although you're in pain, it's a good indicator of pain. Everybody knows that when you're sore after the gym, you get a feeling of pride, a feeling of accomplishment. But that's the exact same way. You have the exact same indicators for resetting your dopamine. For instance, if you go long enough without you doing the thing that you used to indulge in, the unhealthy bad habit, for the sake of the example, like let's say we're playing video games, if you go long enough without playing video games, your mind will start to go crazy. You'll be like, fuck, I want to play video games. Or if you used to smoke cigarettes, you'll be like, God, I just want one smoke. Or if you used to drink, if you're an alcoholic, then you just be like, man, I just want one drink, just this Friday night, just one drink. And your brain is giving you all of these signs that it's resetting its dopamine, that it's good for you. It's hard and it hurts. It's not the physical pain of soreness, it's the mental pain of, fuck, I want to go back and do that thing. And the thing is you don't correlate these two pains, but they're both indicators of growth. When you're sore, you have physical pain because you're doing the right thing, because you're pushing yourself in the gym, and therefore you're going to get bigger, you're going to get muscles, you're going to get leaner, you're going to lose fat. All these great things are going to happen, and you get these indicators. Even though it hurts, it's a great hurt. And it's the same thing with when you're resetting your dopamine. When you're hurting and you're laying and you're looking up at the fucking ceiling because you want to doom scroll or you want a cigarette and all you're thinking of is, fuck, I got to do nothing right now. That feeling of you being like, man, this sucks. I don't want to be here. I want to be doing XYZ. That is an indicator of you growing. It's not physical pain, it's mental pain. But both are pains and signs of growth. You just haven't opened your eyes enough to realize them yet. So, the nothing rule, super simple, but it can completely change your life if you just understand that that pain that you're going through in the moment is good pain, and you will get a lot out of it. Also, one other thing, I highly recommend, if you are trying to stop indulging in bad habits, instead of spending all of your mental energy focusing on how long you can go before you re-indulge in those bad habits, focus on developing good ones instead for a substitution, because substitutions make it a lot easier to enjoy doing hard stuff. For example, if you stopped smoking, every time that you had that indicator or that little trigger that's like, hey, you should go out for a smoke break. Instead, if you went and worked out or went for a walk or read a book, instead, you won't like it at the beginning. But that little trigger, instead of telling yourself, no, I am not going to go smoke, and putting so much energy into thinking about how badly you want to smoke, but how badly you don't want to actually indulge in that bad habit, instead of you focus all of your energy on being like, you know what, I'm going to go do something good for me instead. Instead of saying no to one option, you're saying yes to another. And psychologically, it rewires your brain to start liking to do hard stuff because you have that dopamine trigger to go do something bad, and instead you're using it to your advantage to motivate you to do something good. And it won't be fun at first, but remember, it's a good sign of pain if it's hard. All right, I hope you learned something. This is Dirk's TED Talk. One more. Number one, this is something I thought of myself. Here we go. Here's something cool. I mean, I did think of a good amount of that myself, but also pulled from other parts. Shout out Danco. You can't create motivation. You can only remind yourself of it as frequently as possible. One of the things I have the majority of my clients do at one point is I ask them to create 3 sticky notes with 3 pieces of motivation on them, right? So these motivations are completely personal to you, and you can write whatever you want on them, but you must put 1 in your wallet, you put 1 on the fridge, and you put 1 on your work desk or computer if you work from home, whatever. Either way, you have 3 sticky notes, 3 whys written down. Now, my whys are personal, and all of my clients' whys are personal, so I don't ask them what their whys are. Whatever your why is, great, that's for you to keep. I highly recommend having at least 1 selfish why on there. It could even be something like, I just want to look hotter to get girls. Doesn't matter how surface level it is, you need a why to keep you going. Because if somebody asks me, Dirk, can you motivate me to go to the gym? I will straight up tell you, no, I can't. Respectfully, I can't, because I can't create motivation for you. I can only remind you of motivation that you have already acquired. So I can tell you all of the benefits about going to go work out. I can tell you that you'll live longer. You'll be able to throw the ball around with your kids. You'll look good and get more attraction from girls. You'll get more respect from guys. You know, you'll feel better. Your physical strength will go up. Your cardiovascular endurance will get better. Whatever. There's a million reasons to go work out, and you know all this already. But none of it's gonna motivate you, because the reasons that you go and work out are your own reasons. And you already know all of this shit, so me telling it to you isn't gonna make you go work out. Because since you already have that information, you would just go do it if you wanted to do it. But if you don't wanna do it, I can't make you do it. I can't make you wanna do it. If I don't wanna learn fucking Spanish, I won't learn fucking Spanish. And there's nothing that you can do to motivate me to learn Spanish if I don't actually want to do it myself. But if I am motivated, then I can remind myself. What I'm trying to say is that motivation cannot be externally created. So I cannot create it for you. As in, I can't make you excited to go to the gym. However, I can remind you of your whys for why you are already motivated. You already have reasons to go to the gym, and you already are motivated. You just got to remember them as frequently as possible, hence the sticky note. So, on my sticky note, and this is completely personal to me, my 3 things that I wrote down were that when I was in the gym, when I first started working out and I was in high school, I was smaller than all the other kids. And it was embarrassing that I would hide in the weight room from the coaches, from the other players, my freshman year of high school, so that nobody would see how weak I am. And that feeling of just having a complete lack of confidence, hating how I looked, hating to go, just being able to pull in that memory of how bad I felt about myself, it motivates the hell out of me. And all the time I think about it, and I have it on my sticky notes so that I can remind myself of my why to go to the gym, and why I need to stay in here, and why I started. Second why, my girlfriend in high school cheated on me. I thought I was in love with this girl at the time. I was in high school, I clearly wasn't, I'm an idiot. And she cheated on me, broke my heart. I thought, man, this girl must be so much better than me if, she was older than me, and I thought she was more attractive than me at the time. So I was like, something must be wrong with me. Something's amazing with her. I must blow, she's great. And she cheated on me, so she gets hella other dudes. What's wrong with me? That motivated the hell out of me when I was a junior in high school. I believe that was the time period, it's been a while. Regardless, my third why is that I want to be able to spoil my parents with whatever they want in life. And I can't say what, because I think my dad watches my videos, but I want to do something great for them. I have something written down. I don't want to say it, but they deserve the world for how they raised me and how I turned out, and how thankful I am that I had them in my life. And this is getting way more personal than I thought that I was going to get. But anyways, that one I'm not going to go as into depth about, but you get my point. Motivation cannot be created, it can only be remembered. So do your best to remind yourself as frequently as possible about your motivation that you have. Whether that's you writing it down on a sticky note, you getting a fucking tattoo on your arm, maybe don't do that. Whatever you do, frequently remind yourself of it as much as possible, because then you keep your eyes on the prize. You got the goal in the back of your mind, and all you gotta do is kick it into overdrive and work towards that thing. All right, remember, nothing changes if nothing changes. I love all of y'all for watching these videos, man. I mean, I just come in here, I fuck around, I have some intelligent talks, I have some stupid talks. You bear with me through all of it. I hope y'all have a Merry Christmas. It's late as hell on Christmas Eve. I am so blessed in my life. And I'm so blessed that I have 3,000 subscribers watching these videos. Y'all mean the world to me. All right, I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. I'm gonna have to throw a wrap on this video and And you know, I can't cover it because I gotta finish up this cardio, but I'll see you on the next one. Peace.